Welcome to another episode of Jicho Stories. My name is Caroline Mwende. Now, in the words of Brigham Young, he says that if you educate a man, you educate a man. But if you educate a woman, you educate an entire generation. Today, we get to meet this amazing lady who is passionate about women empowerment. She'll be sharing with us her journey through life, the experiences she has faced, and the challenges she has been able to face, and how she's been able to conquer them. Without further ado, let's get to our guests. Hi.
Hi.
You look
Carol.
amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you for accepting to share your story with us.
A pleasure.
We feel privileged.
Yes.
Tumeshukuru sana.
Karibuni sana.
Yeah.
I also appreciate
Wow.
you coming to our premises and sharing our story to the rest of the world.
Amazing.
Yes.
So how is COVID taking you?
Not so really good. I'm sure every other business person would say not really good, but we are fighting with it. As it comes, we fight with it.
Taking each day at a time.
At a time, yes. And fighting the challenges, looking for ways to overcome and soldier on. Because COVID is not here to make us our life stop. Yes.
Getting to you, please introduce yourself. Tell us what you do, what you're passionate about. Yeah.
Okay, my full names are Jacqueline Wanjiru. Most of my friends call me JJ or Jackie. Yes, I'm a mother of two amazing kids. My girl is 10 years old and my son is 8 years old. I come from a very small town in Isiolo. Most of us from Isiolo call it Texas. Like I had mentioned earlier to you before the preview. They call it Texas because it's a desert. It's a small town, but with amazing people, amazing customs, cultures. We mingle with a lot of tribes, the Turkana, the Meru, the Borana, the Somali. Yes, and the Kikuyu have come there for business. Yes, yeah, so that's where I come from. I schooled all my life there, from primary to high school. A bit of high school, I went to Chogoria Girls, but I came back to Isiolo. I wouldn't say I was a very...
Hey, Chogoria Girls, oh my God. Who doesn't know about Chogoria Girls? Chokis, I mean.
Yes, but somehow I came back home and schooled the rest of my high school in Isiolo. I come from a family of 4 kids. I am the last born. But nowadays, I don't feel like I'm the last born, apparently. But they still treat me like the last born. But I think I have done so much that I don't feel sometimes like the last born. So that's where basically my life began. My first college was in Isiolo. Basically because my father wouldn't want me to come to Nairobi and study mass, because I really wanted to do mass communication. That was my passion. But my dad was a bit skeptical and scared of letting her little baby girl come to Nairobi. So I had to do secretarial in St. Mary's Secretarial College, one of the best secretarial college in Kenya. So then I was posted for my internship at the Treasury. And funny enough, I think that's where my life began. When I came for my attachment, I was the best attaché at Treasury. Yes, and I was known of every floor. Everybody wanted to use my skills. I was very good at typing. I was very good at shorthand. I was very good at accounting. So actually at some point I was switched back to the audit department in Treasury. I did it so well, and they really wanted to take me as a permanent. So after my graduation, I was supposed to come back to Treasury, but I think I am those people who are really outgoing, who wants to explore. So I said, I don't want to be employed by the government. And my dad was like, but your mom has always been employed by the government. I've been employed by the government. They're civil servants. So this should be an opportunity for you. I said, no. I want to go back to school. Now I want to study what I really loved. But he said, no, you cannot do mass communication. That's not for you. So I ended up picking another different course, IT. So I started my IT at KU.
Wow.
Yes. And while I was there, a friend, actually a tenant at my auntie's place, said he wanted a reliever for the secretary, because the secretary was pregnant, so he wanted a reliever. And apparently, most funny thing that coincidentally, the tenant of my auntie is a brother to our doctor back in Isiolo.
Wow.
So when my auntie recommended me to her tenant, and I went for the interview, we realized we come from the same town. We know each other. We basically, our families know each other very well.
Yeah.
So, and I was very good. So he took me for the reliever for 3 months. So I stopped schooling for a while, and I took in the job. The job was amazing. My employer was very good. He was very entrepreneurial. He taught me a lot. So I took in the job. And we started very well, quite well. The pay was amazing. Compared to the girls we had left together with in college, my pay was amazing.
Wow.
At my age, I was only 19 actually. Yes. So my pay was quite amazing. So I thought, why should I go back to school? I think my pay is paying me enough. I'm doing well. I can get my own digs and everything, you know. So that's how I started basically my life. So I worked there for 3 months, and they took me for a permanent. So meantime, I went to Kenya Institute of Management. I started doing management, HR, and within a year I had finished. So I was the HR of the company. So I raised the steps from the secretary to the PA, now to the HR of the company. So then I thought of going back and finishing IT, which I did at part-time. I cleared. But it got to a point after 3 years of working, I realized I was not meant to be in an office. Yes. So, and the pressures, I think my boss was pressurizing me too much. I think he saw the potential in me, and he wanted much more from me that I was not ready to give, because I was at my age, I'm still hyper. I still want to do so many things at the same time. So I decided to quit and go back to college and master my IT. But while I was still applying for my college, I got an interview to work in Dubai as the PA to a very, very prominent advertising company in Dubai.
Wow.
So I did my interview and I passed. A day to going to Dubai, I just broke down and I said, I can't leave Kenya. I love Kenya.
No.
And Dubai is not for me.
What?
Yes.
Wait, you turned down the offer?
I turned down the offer, and it was a very lucrative offer. I just turned it and said, this is not for me. I'm not going to any other country. Kenya is meant for me.
At that time, did you have another job?
No. I had quit my job. I had my savings. I just wanted to go back to school. But this interview comes in, and I'm like excited a little bit. Then a day to just packing my bags and leaving, I decided, no, this is not for me.
You just decided?
I just decided.
No reasons that you Dubai.
No. I'm not those kids who are born fancying going to outside the country. And then I just woke up that morning and said, this is not me. I'm not leaving Kenya. No matter how lucrative the job is, I am not going. Yes. So
you stayed back?
I stayed back. I decided, I made a decision. By that time, I had met somebody. The father of my children. So I told him that idea on phone, and I told him I've decided not to go. And he said, it's okay, it's your decision. I'll support you. So I came back, and now I had got nothing to do. I'm in a new life. I don't have a job. I've not yet scooped a place in school. So I'm just idle. So my sister-in-law, by that time, she was doing events decoration. She had started a small business of doing events, decorations, and she used to call me over the weekends to help her. So I had started developing some passion towards transforming spaces to beautiful spaces. So I decided, why not do this thing with my sister-in-law? Why not just get into it, give it all, and see where I head to? So I talked to my sister-in-law, and boom, voila, we are working together. We are getting events. We are doing it together. We are transforming spaces. We are making weddings beautiful. But of course, in any partnership or in any where you work, people have different opinions. So for me, I felt like I want to do more than what she was offering. So I wanted to go on my own. So I said, because we are doing more of just the Somalis, the Asians weddings, me, I want to go corporate, because I come from a very corporate world. So I felt like I think corporate would be my space.
Yeah.
So I started advertising to small companies along Mombasa Road, because I used to live on Mombasa Road. So I just used to walk into an office and say, blah, blah, I do events.
Yes.
And I can deliver flowers, fresh cut flowers for you. I can do events for you. And amazingly, my first client was EcoBank.
Wow.
Along Mombasa Road. So they said, wow, okay, we want to see your fresh flowers from Monday. So I went, did one with my florist, who is still my florist here today. He's called Maura.
Yes.
So we did flowers, and we started doing flower arrangements every week. So EcoBank introduced us to other banks along Mombasa Road, Equatorial Bank. And we got some few companies along Mombasa Road that we were taking flowers.
Yeah.
And during that time, they also used to call us for their events. So it started picking slowly. My mom had come to Nairobi because we had all grown up. Being the last born, my mom had left Israel and come and join me to help me bring up. By that time, by the way, I was pregnant. So my mom had come to Nairobi.
Yeah.
So I got pregnant at a very tender age. Then got into marriage at a very tender age too. Very naive, not knowing much.
Yeah.
So there was I, young mother, trying to start a business that I do not know much about. Things are not very, very, I would say not very, I wasn't sure even of pricing.
Yeah.
How am I competing with my competitors, basically. So I was just floating. I was just somewhere.
Yeah.
So, but I think I could feel if I give it more, if I try and study this market, if I give it my all, I will be able to understand the niche and grow. So I never gave up. And my mom was a very wise woman. She used to tell me, you cannot get married and quit your job.
Yes.
So that is the thing that has made me survive till today, Carol. And I would tell every young woman today, never quit your job just because you're going to get married.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow.
If I had done exactly the opposite, I wouldn't be where I am right now. That's a story for another chapter.
Yes.
As we go on, because so my mom kept on telling me, don't quit, just keep on doing. So my mom had opened a shop. She was doing she was like a mini supermarket. She was just doing normal household items. So every time I used to like take her space and pay her a little rent. So I take like a quarter of her space and I tell her I'll be paying you for this space. So I kept enlarging as we progressed, and I took over all the space.
The space.
Yes. So and my mom said, wow. Yeah, my mom became my partner.
Yes.
Basically, and my landlord. And we became colleagues.
Ish.
My mom actually is my best friend, my colleague, my partner. I don't know, my roomie. We had been roomies for a while in Nairobi.
Last born, you know.
Yes. So, and that's where Royal Crystal Occasions began, about 2007. Yes. So as I was trying to balance all that, I got another baby so quickly. My marriage was quite very okay at the beginning because I was a young mother, a young ambitious mother, very, very naive, very submissive. But I got married to somebody who was elder than me.
Just a little bit before we move now to the marriage life and what the experiences that you faced. You mentioned about Royal Crystal Occasions.
Yes.
Would you say that it was your sister-in-law who gave you the psych to start your own business? What did the inspiration come from? Where did it come from? Have you ever thought that you went into this?
Actually, never in my life did I ever thought I would venture into it. But like I said, when I started helping her over the weekends, I started developing some passion. There's a what do I call it? There's a satisfaction when you come to a space and transform it into something different, and everybody walks in and say, wow, 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 wow. So that feeling, the wow factor kept on, getting into me, and I really want to say, this is amazing. If I can transform a space and people are so excited and they're happy for their big day, I think this is something that is more satisfying to me rather than sitting in an office. You're being told to type quotations and all that, doing invoices, sending sales teams. So for me, it felt more satisfactory than the before when I was employed and working. So for me, that felt like I am changing people's lives.
Yes.
If I can make somebody's day, you know, a wedding is a big day in their lifetime.
You don't want to disrupt
Yes.
it.
So once I could hear those compliments and you know, wow, thank you, you did an awesome job. I told myself, this is a space I want to be, where people are gratitude of what the work of your hands have done to their lives.
Yes.
So that made me have the passion to begin on my own. But more, I went to more of corporate. But with time, because of friends, they started saying, but you cannot do my wedding, you can do my wedding, you can do my wedding. And actually, I can tell you, Carol, till today, I have never walked into somebody's space and tell them I do weddings. All the weddings I've done till today are all recommended and referrals from friends, from jobs we have done, from people who have sat in a wedding and said, wow, amazing, this is a well done job. Yes. So I could say it makes me feel fulfilled. I did not even look at the profit bit of it. Like I said, at the beginning, there was no even profit for me. Actually, because I was working more with my mom, the most amazing thing is that I used to finish all the money the client has given me, and I still borrow my mom her pension to cover up for more expenses because I did not know how to price it. Remember me telling you I didn't know even anything about pricing, competitors. You know, somebody walks in and say, no, damn, you're quite expensive. You don't even know, maybe you're quite cheap. That's why they're not taking your offer. They are worried, why is she so cheap? You know, some of these things, they take time to learn. They take time to understand the market, the diversification of the market. So that was a challenge for me when I was beginning. I could say it took me about 4 years, to establish and understand the market quite well. And during that time is when I'm telling you, I was very young mother. My kids are basically, I call them twins because they have the difference is quite very minimal. So things were just moving so fast for this girl coming from Isiolo, very naive, who wants to basically explore the world, but everything is now too much for me. But I thank God, I stayed strong. I thank God for my mom. May God rest her soul in peace, because she's the one, till today, I'm gratitude for the advices, for the support she gave me till where I am today. Yes, so that is basically how we began Royal Crystal, and Royal Crystal also has faced some quite challenges.
Just a minute, Royal Crystal. So that's a nice name. I would want to know how you imagined about it and came about with it.
Royal Crystal.
Yes.
When I came to Nairobi, all my friends, we used to, actually, when we were in college, back in Isiolo, we used to have a friend of 5 very good friends. We had formed a group called the Royal Family. So, and because I used to love royalty. So when this idea came, I just said, why don't I call this my company Royal? Then I looked for something that is clear, very, you know, a crystal is very clear and magnificent by nature. So I wanted something royal and magnificent. So the Royal Crystal, that's where Royal Crystal Occasions. And I believe most of our clients have seen our royalty in their events, the magnificence in their events, with whichever we have done, the weddings, we have done them amazingly. I know from the compliments we get, and we are passionate to what we do.
Amazing.
Yes. So that's basically where Royal Crystal began. And I've nurtured many young boys and girls who have worked for Royal Crystal. Some of them have gone and opened up their own businesses. The most amazing thing I would tell you, Carol, is I have still maintained most of my workers from when I began till to date.
Oh, you're such a good boss.
I make them family. Even if I relieve them, I don't relieve them because that we have parted in a bad way. I relieve them because probably they are looking for greener pastures, and you cannot deny somebody that. Maybe they are looking for more diversification. You can't deny some. But they always call me anytime they are free, and they say, I'd like to come and still help you in something here and there. So that makes me feel like I have also made a family.
Lives.
Yes, I made a family with my staff.
Yes.
To me, they are not actually, let me not call even my staff. To me, they are colleagues.
Yes.
And family. Yes,
yeah.
I make sure they are comfortable. Yes, and I think that is the most important thing, because once you give them that kind of baseline, they will also take care of the business like it's their own. I even sleep with them at venues. I stay with them at venues. If we are not having a meal because we are having a very rush moment, I'm with them. If we decide to sleep on the rains in the car, we are together. Just to make sure the event comes out perfectly. Yes, I don't leave them out of sight. I walk with them every part. Yes. Yes,
Is this the reason why you're passionate about not just men and women empowerment?
The reason I think I am passionate about women empowerment is because I think what happens with us women is sometimes we are scared. We don't believe in ourselves. We are quite very scared. We are fearful of what is the next step, what will happen. But I am passionate because of women empowered, because the path that I have gone through myself personally has taught me you do not need to be scared. Make the step and don't look back. Yes, just make the step and move forward. Don't be scared. Once you start being scared, what will happen? You start asking yourself all these questions. You will not make that step. And probably the step you're making is a step towards your better, your betterment, you know. Like that's, if you make that step, you can imagine, if you make that step, probably that's when you open your doors. So most of us women, we're not like men. Men are ntafanya tu draw juu, you know, like yes, women have that fear, the fear of the unknown. What if I do this and things no, and yes, that's how God has actually basically created us. But I just need to tell women, you just need to make that step and look forward. Just make that step. Don't look behind. You know, you remember that saying in the Bible of the woman who turned and became salt. Yes, just make that step and don't look back. If you look back, you become a salt. Yes, so I think that's the reason I'm passionate about empowerment, because even me, I have gone through phases in life that have made me the person I am today. I don't think I am better. I'm not saying I'm better, but I know the path I have been through. If I can share my story with people, any person who is seated somewhere and they're going through a moment, they would empower themselves and they would look for a way to get out of the space they are. We need to get out of the spaces we are in. We need to come out of the cocoons we are in. Women, especially women, these cocoons we have built ourselves in, that we cannot fear, we cannot do this by ourselves, quitting, you know. No. We need to move out of those cocoons and move forward, expound our spaces, expound our opportunities. Don't be scared of the challenges. Challenges are there to make us learn and stronger. Yes, challenges, any challenge that comes in your life, actually what has come to taught me is a challenge comes to teach us and to make us stronger, so that you do not repeat the same probably mistake, or you don't go through the same mistake. That is the reason why the challenge is there, and to fight your battles.
Speaking of the challenges, would you kindly, take us through the challenges that you're talking, because someone is seated and they're like, what challenges have you faced that you're telling us this,
So basically, like I said in the beginning, I started my business when I was quite young also, if to say, and I got married at a very tender age. I didn't know much about marriage. I was just a naive girl who has been brought up in a family life. So I came into Nairobi and I wanted to get married. I got somebody and I got settled. I got married to a very wealthy man, if I would say. And so my life started becoming a bit not mine, but his. And I think that's the first biggest mistake we make as young girls who get into marriage. Yes, so like I had mentioned somewhere in my earlier conversation, there was a point where he wanted me to quit my business, and he was asking me, what is this you're doing? As long as I'm providing everything for you,
You should just stay at home.
I should just stay at home and become a housewife and just take care of the home. So I used to think of it actually, because you see, my life became so, at a young tender age,
Yes.
my life was wow. Every friend of mine would envy my life because I had lavish cars. I was quite doing well. We had, like, we'd go for holidays like 6 times in a year, and
Wow.
my life was just basically well. So there was that option of thinking, why
Why
work? I should quit this
Stress.
business that is not even picking up
Eh,
and just become a housewife and everything is provided for me. But like I said, my mom kept on mentioning that word of not quitting. So I kept on, and I struggled with my marriage, like I said, because I was young and he was quite a bit older than me.
yeah.
So I started feeling like I'm not living my life. I'm living somebody else's life. And it started bringing quite some issues at home. And even the age difference, the achievements I want in life is not what he wants in life.
Yeah.
What I want at my age is so totally different from friends.
Yeah.
What he has achieved is his before me. So me, I
Yes.
want to achieve something else.
Yeah.
So my marriage started having some issues. And it moved from something small to bigger and bigger and bigger. And it was unbearable. Yes, I faced a violent marriage.
What?
Yes, and it became quite worse, and it was time to quit. I think one last one, I just had to make a decision of moving out, because even my brothers kept on telling me, you have to make a decision
Yeah.
of either moving on of your life, and with the apparently the cases that were coming of women dying in their homes, they were
violence.
probably stabbed by a knife. You know, at the point of rage, somebody can do anything. So
Sure.
I decided it's time to leave, or else I'll die in my house, and my kids will not have a mother. So I made one move one particular night after a fight, and I ran away from my house, and never to look back.
You ran with nothing, just your
I
babies.
left with my house at midnight with nothing, Carol, just me, my kids, and that one car that I could drive.
Like you were so physical, you just take
Yes.
anything and beat you.
Yes, he'd get to a point where he'd be very
Oh.
rageful and just beat me up. So
Sorry.
it was that bad. So
Hey.
at a tender age, also making such a decision. So that's why I'm telling people, don't be scared of making such, because to date,
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the step I made because of my children. Because I don't think I'll be here where I am, Carol, if I didn't make that step.
True.
I want to tell women, you see women who are going through violence in their marriage, they are just scared and they do not know what to do next. They are fearful. They are scared of the society, first of all. The
Yes.
society
What will
has,
they say?
what will they say? You know, and always, every time a woman leaves their home, it is the woman who has been bad. Maybe she's immoral, she's, you know,
unfaithful, yeah.
unfaithful and all that. There are all that rumors. That is
Yes.
the African culture.
Yes.
And that's what makes us women
Shrink.
stay and shrink and stay in a violent marriage or in a violent relationship because of what the society will say.
Yeah.
Then we have this fear, how am I going to survive? Like for me, I was in a place of, how am I going to survive? Am I going to be able to take care of this life that he has put me, the standards and everything? Will I be able to keep up with it? How are my children going to be able to school in the same school? That was a fear. But I still thank God because I had a very good support system who are my big brothers.
Wow.
Big up to my big brothers. I have 2 big brothers. One is in the States and the other one is just here. And I think they kept giving me that hope, if you can do it on your own. You don't have to be scared and we are here for you. So that night when I left, I still had that fear. Of how am I going to make it from there? Am I going to go? And then there's always this story ati unajua mademo akitoka kwao kwa bwana yake anarudingi after 2 weeks.
After 2 weeks.
or something. She'll not survive out there. So tutaona tu. I had also that fear of people and saying, will I go back? Will I go? And if I go back, will I be beaten more? How will be life? You know, things like those ones. So for the first 3 days of me moving out, and
Yes.
by the way, let me tell you, Carol, I
Yes.
slept in my car for 3 good days.
Are you serious?
Yes, reason being not because I took my kids to my mom's place.
Oh, that night.
Yes, that night actually they slept at my brother's because their father had gone to the chief and said, I've denied children their rights of schooling and all that. So I had to make sure they're somewhere where they can school back to school, because my mom used to live quite near at our place.
Yeah.
So I slept in my car, not because I didn't have a place to sleep.
Yeah.
The reason I keep on telling people I slept in my car is because I did not want to forget the fact that I don't have a roof in my head. If I sleep in my mother's home, I will relax.
Yes.
And I'll have the rent paid and food provided for my children, and
Not
I'll
to
relax.
Yeah.
Yes. And I'm not that kind of a person. And that's what I want to tell women. Don't be that.
Yes.
Don't say you have options. Fight for it. So I slept in my car so that it can remind me that I need to get
Work
to my feet,
hard.
work hard, get a house, get my children to a roof on my own.
Yeah.
This is not my mother's burden.
Yes. Yes.
I'm the one who got married.
Yes.
I'm the mother of these children.
You
This
need
is
to
not
do
my,
something.
I need to do something.
Yes.
So basically, Carol, to cut my story short, 5 years ago, my husband left. We separated after 9 years of marriage.
9.
Yes. So he left, and he basically left me with nothing, just to punish me,
Oh.
so that I would feel helpless. And that's what basically women are going through. I felt helpless with nothing, and life became quite unbearable.
Yes.
But like I said, I had a very good support system of my brothers and my family, my dad. I picked up my pieces
Yeah.
and started rebuilding Royal Crystal afresh. So the Royal Crystal you're seeing today
Yes.
is not the Royal Crystal that began in 2007.
Into a 7.
Yes, let's say Royal Crystal was reborn again in 2016. And unfortunately, my mom passed also the same year due to cancer. So it was a very trying moment for me, a very trying year. I'll never forget it. But we are here, and we thank God because Royal Crystal has now reached quite enough territories. We are doing corporate now.
Yes.
And we are doing also wedding, private functions like bridal showers, baby showers, birthdays. We have diversified. Now we are not just corporate alone. We have diversified our territories, and we are happy. We are making people happy, transforming spaces with our business, with our niche.
Yeah.
Yes. So I think that is where we are today.
Right
Unfortunately,
now. Yes.
we had so many dreams coming up in 2020,
Yeah.
but as well you know of the pandemic that came and hit us badly, especially the event industry.
I can imagine.
So it has really hit us badly because as the president announced, there should be no gathering.
Yeah.
So it basically means there are no events going to happen.
Yeah.
So in my life, I felt like this is the first time I have felt a challenge that I felt like I didn't know what to do because I stayed at home for 5 months jobless and not knowing what is the next move.
Still trying to figure out.
You're still using your savings and you're like, I still have savings that I can push myself. But once you start realizing you're taking your savings and you're not recovering back and you're not replenishing back, you open up your eyes. And what I can say about COVID, despite it affecting us very badly, it has made us think outside the box. Because like for me, I would say I had concentrated so much in events that I forgot that there are other things that can be done on part-time. You have time to do other things that can still empower myself with, empower my staff with. So COVID has made us think outside the box.
Right after the break, Jacqueline will be with us to explain and to share her experience now that COVID has come. COVID has affected businesses, and her business is among one of those that has been affected. But she's here with us. She'll be telling us how she has coped with the pandemic and what she's doing during these times. So stay tuned, and we'll be back after the break. to part 2 of Jacqueline's story. Here she's giving us the story of her transition in her business. Her business being in the hospitality industry, which has been affected by COVID-19. And now she's telling us how she's been able to cope with it, the challenges she has faced, and how she's managing it. So Jacqueline,
Yes.
corona ikakuja 2020.
Ai, corona imetuweza. Imetushinda hata kuliko terrorism.
Sasa terrorists hawataki kwenda mahali.
Hata terrorists hawataki kwenda mahali. Anyway. So yeah, COVID came.
Yes.
And it's here with us, and it's not going very soon. That's that's the first thing you need to know.
Right. Why?
Clearly, we expected it to be gone in a month, and now where are we right now? So we need to adapt, and start thinking how to go along in life, because we will not stay shut down forever. Our economy is going down, really down. Kenya economy is the whole world economy is really going down. So we have to look for ways to survive.
Yes.
And move along with COVID. So first of all, the one thing is definitely we have to take measures.
Yeah.
But being an event industry business, definitely events are not being allowed at the moment in the country. So we have basically no business, very minimal. Very minimal. So that made us think out of the box. As I had earlier said, I stayed 5 months jobless, and that's the first time I've ever seen a challenge like that. So we started thinking out of the box with my big brother.
Yeah.
Actually, my big brother had started thinking out of the box because we are all a family in events industry. He does Asian, like I started my previous conversation. So they thought of what is this that people will need that will not be affected by the pandemic. And we thought of food. And when I looked at food, I realized every event person was going to grocery and all these other vegetables and fruits and stuff.
Yes.
Every event person. So I thought of thinking out of the box. With my brother actually started by himself. He started doing the chicken, and I started selling the chicken for him. And I got quite many customers.
Yes.
So we realized this is not a bad way to survive. At least it will put food in our table, and it will pay for the small bills that were still pending. Because you see now, bills had started piling up. Business was not usual anymore. It was not normal anymore. So when we discovered I'm able to do this, I got quite a big clientele, cafeterias. I am actually doing all the way Mombasa Road. So we are in chicken broiler. We do fresh cut chicken broilers.
Wow.
All cuts, boneless, breasts, wings, thighs, full legs, and we do fresh cuts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And we supply along Mombasa Road all the way from Imaradaima all the way to Adi River, all the estates by order. And so far it's doing very well. And we are happy because it's also another business where people give you feedback. Your chicken is fresh. We enjoyed the service was quite well, and we enjoyed the meal. So that is why we thought food is not be affected. And since people are not moving out to go and shop, it's easier to deliver to their homestead.
Sure.
Yes. So that is where we started the Villa Chicken Mart Depot. In a week we do a supply. At the moment we are doing a supply of 250 to 300 cartons. Of full cartons. Cuts we are doing many. Yes. So if we want to welcome anybody, cafeterias, even especially along Mombasa Road, to come and experience our services. They're amazing. Yes. We have actually contracted farmers in Thika, so that's why we will never miss products. Yes. So we have contracted farmers according to the way the chickens are growing. So once this farmer we finish his product, we go to the next one, and it's a cycle.
As
yes.
those
So
are growing.
what we can tell you is we will never miss supply. Yes, at any given moment. Yes.
So even if I want like 50 chicken, you guys are
We
here
supply. We have
me.
cafeterias that take up to 100 chickens. Yes.
Wow.
So, and we are looking at diversity, because you see even hotel industries, they have not opened up so well. So once they start opening up after COVID, we are ready to go.
to move on with the
to
business.
move on with the business and make it bigger and even open. We are looking at open some branches in Nairobi to serve some of our clients, because some of our clients are on Thika Road, and it becomes sometimes difficult to have the chicken delivered in time. So we are looking at opening a branch on Thika Road that we can serve the cafeterias along that route.
What happened to colleagues now, the ones that you had for the Royal Crystal occasions? You still have them for the
most, like I said, the most amazing is I have tried to maintain all my staff on small casual jobs around. They are still the ones who are serving and doing deliveries of the chicken. Yes, although the jobs, small jobs are still coming up for events, so they are still with us. We have made sure we do not leave them behind during this COVID, during this tough time. Yes, so like I said, they are family to me. Yes, so they are always with me. I will always have their back.
Amazing.
Yes.
You're such a good woman.
Thank you. Thank you. So right now we are doing both, because we are allowed to do 15 packs of events. So Kenyans have started accepting the fact that now they're not going to have those big major weddings, and they have started saying, okay, it's fine, if it's 15, we're going to do it. So now we can say we are serving Royal Crystal and the Villa Chicken mat all together. So for me, I think it's a win-win, despite the COVID, despite the 6 months of quite a big challenge. And not knowing what next. I think where I am right now, I would call it a win-win. Yes, so let's just hope for the best, and let's look. We are actually looking at diversifying also in other major businesses, because like I said, COVID has taught us to think out the box.
Out of the box.
Yes. Like for me, I never thought I would do chicken. I never knew I would know how to remove a boneless from a chicken. I am now very good at cutting out a boneless from the chicken, the breast. I'm quite good. I'm now a slaughter chick, if you can call me that. I'm a slaughter chick, yes.
You're slaying the chicken.
Yes, I'm slaying the chickens, yes.
Amazing. So Jacqueline, what keeps you moving? I mean, you know, times come, they're challenging.
I think what I would say, if 10 years back, probably I would not be this focused. Reason why I've said 10 years back is because now I have kids. I have two amazing, adorable children that have understood this journey, that we have gone through this journey together with them. They are my biggest, what do you call it? They give me the motivation.
Motivation, yeah.
Yes. Every day I walk into my house and I see their smiles, I know it's another day of waking up in the morning and going to hustle.
To hustle.
Because I have dreams for them too. And I want them to have to achieve their dreams, because their mom is here and she's able. Yes. Amazing. Yes. So that is my motivation. My two children are my biggest motivation. And I thank God. I thank God God has been here for me. I can say, despite all, God has been merciful to me.
Amen.
Yes, He has been amazing to me. He's very gracious. So women, do not be scared. God is here. He's merciful. He's amazing. He's amazing. You just pass through small challenges and we cry and we wake up and rise and go. Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of which, there are some people who are in jobs and now they've been retrenched. What would you advise someone? When you kaa wewe in the past 5 months, umekuwa ukifikiria tu ufanye nini?
Exactly, and that's why I called myself, I was joblessness for 5, something I never expected.
Imagine.
Yes. I want to encourage women. Think of something that is different. Even within your estate. Like for me, we sat and thought food is I keep on telling people, I'm the kind of woman, if push comes to shove, I would even put a kiosk here for selling sukuma for survival of my children. So this is what I will tell women who have been retrenched. It's not the end. Things will pick up. So we just need to look for another space and start there as we wait for things to figure themselves out. Don't just stay and wait and say things will work out. No.
True.
Go to a different space. Look for something else. Look for what you are passionate with. You might be passionate by crocheting. You can sit in your house and crochet and sell to your neighbors. My daughter is doing beads in the estate and selling them. She amazed me.
Oh.
She brought me 500 bob after selling beads, and I felt amazed. She said, Mommy, have this so we can buy bread.
Oh.
That is how I think. So if a 10-year-old girl can do that, why
We
not?
have no excuse.
Yes, thank you. We have no excuse. By the way, she made me think,
Yes.
like, I will never in my life put my foot down and say, this is the end of it. No.
No
Yes,
quitting. We
yes.
keep
There is
on
no
moving.
quitting. We keep on moving and doing something.
And strengthening one
With
another. 'Cause
another.
kuna wenye
Yes,
wana support
supporting
system.
them. I know there are people with no support system. That's why we encourage women, we support each other. If a fellow woman comes and tells you she's selling a handbag, please, if you
Support
can,
her.
buy it. Yes, don't say, I have so many handbags in my house. No. Please support that person.
Yes.
Let's support each other and we will grow this nation amazingly. Yes.
Does that encourage the theme of multiple streams of income whereby kuna wase sasa hawana job but sasa ungekuwa na kitu ingine inaendelesha huko side hustle?
Exactly, and that's why
very
I
nice.
said, you remember I said I never thought I would do anything beyond events. My mind was fixed, just stuck on events.
On events.
And now I am doing chicken. I'm a slaughter girl. Now, and I know in the next few months I want to venture into something else. And probably I'll be able to call you and you see it. COVID has been a win-win for me now. When I think of it, it's a win-win for me now because I'm thinking it's not events only.
Yeah.
Jacqueline can do something else. That's why I'm saying even these women who think their jobs have quit, you can do something else. Just start small.
Start small, by the
and
way.
everything will pick up. And remember always to pray.
To pray.
Yes.
Oh, amazing.
Yes. Remember
Prayer
always
is key.
prayer is key. This journey you have to walk with God.
With God.
If you don't walk with God,
Badu.
I don't think you'll go far. Yes.
Jacqueline, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. We are really privileged and honored. There's some people who want to, support your business. I'd love you to, share your number with them. Tell them where they can find you. You can give them your number and tell them your Facebook page and how they can find you.
Thank you. For Royal Crystal, we provide tentage, floral services, lighting, stages, chairs, tables, everything you need in events in one-stop shop. We are based on Mombasa Road, along Mombasa Road. Next to Imaradaima, there's an estate called Villa Franca Estate. If you want to reach me directly, my numbers are 0721 684918. 0721 684918 for all your event solution. On our next business, that is the chicken business for all your cuts, the boneless, the breast, the wings. We are also still based on Mombasa Road, the same location, Villa Franca Estate. And our number for the business is 0716 684361. 0716 684361. Please make your orders for delivery.
Yes, you've heard her right. Please support Jacqueline for the Royal Crystal Occasions and for the Villa Chicken. She has amazing products. She will deliver them at the right time. Thank you so much for sticking with us till the end of the show. We are so much privileged to have you watch us. I'd love you to subscribe to our page, which is Jicho TV Kenya, and like our Facebook page for more updates. Until next time, see you.